Welcome to the Coach Toolbox. This podcast is for coaches, leaders, and learners at all levels in organizations and in all walks of life. Here, you will get just-in-time learning that is research-based and practice-focused. The goal is personal and professional mastery. And now, our session today. When we get stuck or derailed, or life just knocks a pillar from our foundation, then we need to look at powerful ways of dealing with the situation. We must deal with these knockdown events in a way that helps us get back on our feet, even though we may be still shaky. Now, the science of positive psychology explains that hope-based thinking is a powerful way of being that can help us get back up. And there is a lot of research around the power of hope. And it's important for each one of us, no matter where we are in our life or in our career, if we want to move ahead, if we want to move beyond from wherever we are right now, well, then we need to focus on hope-based thinking. Welcome to this episode. Remember to subscribe to this channel and share this and the upcoming episodes with your family and friends, because this series is on hope. Now, when we use this word hope, we use it like this. Oh, I hope this happens. I'm hoping for the best. I hope so. The meaning behind this use of the word hope is uncertainty or lack of control or direction and no expectation of anything positive happening. This is not how the word hope is used in positive psychology. In positive psychology, the word hope means how we think about the future. And how we think about the future determines how well we will live our life in the present. In addition, hope in positive psychology is very different from the power of positive thinking or being positive or saying positive affirmations and then expecting things will change for the better. And so in this episode, we are going to learn how it's different, how it's even more powerful, and how it can give us an edge to deal with situations that knock us off our feet. So according to research, the concept of hope has 4 key elements that set it apart from other feel-good mantras. The 4 concepts are: 1. The future will be better than the present. Number 2. I have the power to make my future better. Number 3, there are many paths to my goals. And number 4, none of them is free of obstacles. So I'll repeat them quickly. The 4 elements are: the future will be better than the present. I have the power to make my future better. Number 3, there are many paths to my goals. And number 4, none of them is free from obstacles. I'd like to talk about these elements of hope from a personal example and then encourage you to use these same principles in your life, both at a personal and a professional level. So let's start at a personal level. About 3 weeks ago, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer, completely out of the blue. And needless to state, this has disrupted our world dramatically, as she and we, her caregivers, struggle to deal with the diagnosis and the cumbersome, painful treatment process that is now a part of our life. Lena is a great example of the elements of hope in action. And we want to encourage you to use these elements of hope-based thinking to plan for your business goals for your life starting today. So let's understand these 4 elements that define hope. And as I said, the 4 elements are: the future will be better than the present. I have the power to make my future better. There are many paths to my goals. And number 4, none of them is free of obstacles. So number 1, the future will be better than the present. So wherever you are right now in your business or career or life, the starting point is the belief that the future will be better. Now, don't worry about how or when or what. Just believe that even if it is by 1%, it will be better. This is the starting point. And it will be better because despite the external circumstances not changing, you can get better in dealing with the situation or by changing your mindset and how you respond to the same situation. So the starting point is that the future will be better. This is principle number 1 of hope-based thinking. In the case of our family, Lena and all of us believe that the future will be better in terms of dealing with the negative impact of this disease and the trauma of the cancer treatment process. Don't be focused on how you are feeling right now or what you feel about the future. Belief is a cognitive aspect. It's in the head. So hold the thought in your head, the thought that the future will be better despite what you are feeling. So right now, think about your future and how it will be better. How do you want to make it better in the coming year, both at the professional and personal levels? Start by building on that belief that it will be better, and then lean on the next element of hope that you can make it better. You are in charge of making it better. So the element of hope-based thinking, the second element is the belief that I have the power to make my future better. In technical terms, this is called agency thinking. So that second element of hope, as defined in positive psychology, is the belief that you and I have the power to make our future better. Now, we may not feel powerful in the moment, but we must know and believe that we can take actions to make an impact on our future. Start with this understanding that no matter what the external circumstances are, you and I have the power to change the way we look at the situation, or to focus on what we can learn from the present, or to how we can use what's happening right now to move it forward. You and I have the power to start taking baby steps to move towards a better future right now, no matter how baby the baby steps are. So in our case, we made the decision to bond and support each other as a family, as family members, to lean on friends and family for emotional and logistics support, and to spend time talking and planning future events. So these are the activities we are doing because we do feel we have the power to make it a better future. We are looking at life beyond chemo and radiation, and we are not letting this difficult treatment journey overwhelm us. We have the power to think about a future that is beyond the present. So what can you do to start moving towards a better future? The secret is to start taking baby steps consistently rather than wait for the right time to do the big thing. So for example, rather than wait for this 4-week vacation to de-stress, and you've been waiting for this 4-week vacation over the last 5 years, take 15 minutes right now, and at regular intervals during the day, take small breaks, take 15 minutes to walk outside, stretch your legs, just do something to de-stress right now in small chunks. Small steps consistently done will make the bigger things easier to do. And you do have the power to make things better right now. So reviewing, the first element of hope-based thinking is that future will be better. The second one is I have the power to make my future better. And number 3 is there are many paths to my goals. There are many paths to my goals. And this is called pathways thinking. Now, a key element of people who focus on hope is called pathways thinking. That is understanding that there are many ways to reach one's goals. That's why it's called pathways. Get it? All right. So you had a plan and a route that you had set for your life. And due to circumstances, the route that you had set is not possible. Well, there are many other ways to reach that goal. And some of these ways can be quite creative, exciting, and perhaps lead to better opportunities than what you might have originally imagined. So let's not get stuck with this one way that we expected things to move. If plan A doesn't work, there are 25 more letters in the alphabet, and pathways thinking encourages you to explore plans B to Z. Now, the fact that I must not back down from the one way that I thought I'd reach my goal is very risky if that one way doesn't work. You know, as Mike Tyson, the boxer, says, everyone has a plan till one is punched in the face. Now, I had planned to go scuba diving every month for the next 6 months and had even lined up locations. Now I know that's not going to happen. And yes, this plan's got punched in the face. But my plan B is to watch YouTube videos of the marine and reef life in each of these dive locations so that when I do get to go, I'll really be able to enjoy the dive. Plan C is I've also ordered some books on marine life in Southeast Asia. And surprisingly, I'm quite excited about all the learning that's going to happen in the coming weeks and coming months. So think pathways, different ways. Also, it's important to remember that the goal that you want to move towards must be important and meaningful to you, both at the personal and professional level. It must give you energy and excitement. Energy and excitement. And this is a great way to explore and understand the importance and alignment of your goals to your values. Does this energize you? Does this excite you? Now, as a family dealing with cancer, we've had to relook at all the fun travel plans that we had set for the next few months because we can't travel now because of Lena's treatment. But we've discovered that if we can't travel, family and friends are happy to come and visit. So now we are looking at how we can bring the vacation home. What ways can we create the fun vacation at home by having friends and family come over? So in your case, what are other ways that you can look at getting to the goals that you wanted for yourself? Only one way is a myth. Look for different ways to move towards what you want. Be creative, be willing to explore. So let's do a quick review. The first element was the future will be better than the present. The second one was I have the power to make my future better. That's called agency thinking. Number 3 is there are many paths to my goal. That's called pathways thinking. And the fourth one is none of these paths is free from obstacles. None of them is free from obstacles. And it is this fourth element which makes hope-based mindset from positive psychology very different from the other feel-good positive thinking practices. None of the pathways or options that are usually available to us are free from obstacles or pain or trouble. Neither are these easy. The secret is to plan and prepare for these challenges as much as possible. Be aware that the pathway or road is difficult and be accepting of these difficulties to the best of our ability. And when we are not able to deal with it on our own, seek support from friends and family. Seek support from friends and family. So dealing with cancer is no picnic for the person and the family. And to wish away the pain or the tediousness of the treatment is not helpful. To ignore or not talk about it is also not helpful. It's best to talk about these things through and learn as much as possible from others to help us prepare. We've talked to cancer survivors in the last couple of weeks and understood what they've gone through, what to expect, and learned tips and strategies from them on how to deal with it. And we found such tremendous strength and encouragement from those who have gone through this journey. Sometimes, we think we are the only ones dealing with pain or trauma, but we can pull our head out of our own sandpit. We can't be ostriches, and we can see how many other people are dealing and struggling with difficult situations. And the awesome thing is that so many of these folks are willing to reach out and support. So reach out and support. Another great way to plan and prepare for obstacles is to work with a professional life coach or a counselor who will help you through this journey. So for yourself, as you think and plan for your future, what are the obstacles that you will come up with? How can you deal with them? Who can you lean on to support you? What are some things that you can do to deal with these obstacles? What hacks can you use? And there may be some things that you just have to accept and move on. What sets hope-based thinking, what sets it apart from just the feel-good positive thinking is accepting that hope also walks hand in hand with fear. And fear is one of the most universal and painful of emotions. Accepting and working with fear is what makes hope very different and therefore very powerful as a mindset to deal with life's challenges. You see, when fear is working for us, it reminds us of the realistic limits, or it alerts us as to when we are straying from our path to a meaningful future. But fear can also hijack us completely. So we must have support strategies and coping strategies to work with our fear and not ignore it. Now, we have a podcast on our channel on working with fear and faith, these two voices in our head. So I encourage you to listen to that podcast too. So as I bring our episode to a close today, in conclusion, our intent is to encourage you to develop a hope mindset starting today, to relook at your goals for the new year, both your business plans and your life plans, and relook with them from a hope perspective. It does not matter what has happened thus far or what googly life may have thrown your way. Use the 4 elements of hope mindset to help you move ahead. And these 4 elements are: the future will be better than the present. I have the power to make my future better. There are many paths to my goals and none of them is free from obstacles. So set the intent today to make the coming year the best one yet. Good luck. And that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Please connect with us on coachtoolbox@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to follow, subscribe, and review this channel. Details of our ICF-approved coach training programs and our services as executive coaches and coaching supervisors are on www.globalcoachtrust.org. See you in our next session.